welcome back to my channel. So I'm cooking a fancy meal. So it's pretty fancy because we got a small plate and a big plate and a wine glass, which is of course not going to have wine in it. I'm way too young to be drinking wine. But there's a challenge. I have to use fancy things only. And if I use normal things like this, I get a consequence for each and every little thing. Each and every normal thing. But here are the fancy things, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to cook with one of them, definitely. There's red wine. And I'm cooking with it, guys. A lot of people cook with wine. So, and to be honest, it burns out. It goes away. This is very fancy because it's from the Woodlands. Some pretty fancy freaking salt because this was kind of expensive. But that's not very fancy. This is fancy, in my opinion. They're tiny little bottles of fancy things. To be honest, it's fancy. And then this is fancy to me because this is a whole freaking leaf. So therefore, that's fancy. These are expensive. So therefore, it's fancy. Sea salt. Pretty freaking fancy. It's medium. To my family, this is fancy. This is fancy. And this is fancy. This is normal salt. Oh, that's going away. I don't like normal salt. It's kind of disgusting. I like sea salt. But no judgment. No judgment. So the things I'm probably going to cook with is a little bit of this. So I'm already going to get a consequence. Some of this. And then garlic powder. It's just a necessary thing. And probably some cinnamon and dill. And probably the smallest bit of nutmeg. I'm going to use this. Some wine. Almond extract, the smallest bit, some of this. And that's probably it. So move away those. And chives. I don't like chives. They're disgusting. So basically, this is what I have so far and everything. Those are all the seasonings and stuff. I don't know why I put wine as a seasoning, but yeah. That I will use, and I can add anything from a drawer as long as it's fancy. Because if it's not fancy, well, if it's not fancy, then I get a punishment. So, let me see how many punishments I'm getting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 punishments. Yeah. Let me write down the punishments. So, the first punishment is going to be eat least favorite food, which is probably, or no, wait, eat, give me 1 second. Okay, I figured it out. Eat mustard. Because I hate mustard, to be honest. Eat mustard. There's going to be on 3 on each. Eat mustard. Give me 1 second. I got to think of a few more. Okay, these are my punishments. So, eat mustard. Lick chapstick, which I'm picked punishments I can do. And then eat candy corn. I hate candy corn. Reveal a secret. Say a food you don't like, but most people like. Well, I just said a food you don't like, but most people like, but I meant to put tell in front of it. And then I have to use one more fancy food. So, my one more fancy food is going to be whatever this is. scared. So I'm wearing contacts right now. Let me go take them out and put on my glasses because I have glasses. I don't think you guys know that. I didn't tell you guys that yet. I forgot to. But I'm wearing contacts. Let me go put on my glasses. Give me 1 second. Because the contacts are burning my eyeballs. Well, they're not, but like I don't really like contacts in. Okay, it's been like 10 minutes, but for you guys it's only been 1 second. Hardly even. So basically, these are my contacts. Okay, now I have to eat mustard. That's what I have to do. Give me 1 second. Just so you know, I'm not lying. There was only really a fork left, so. Ew. Okay, I can't do that. I'll just reveal 2 secrets. I cannot. I don't like mustard whatsoever. I can't do it. Okay, lick chapstick. Okay. Delicious. Eat candy corn. I'm not as disgusted by candy corn as I am mustard, but I still don't like candy corn. I have to swallow it. It's so sugary. I don't like it. Ew. Okay, reveal 2 secrets because I didn't do the eat mustard thing. 1 secret is when I was younger, it was just like straight up butter. And this is also when I was younger. I had constipation and I had to go to the emergency room 2 times because of it. Here, let me just reveal 1 more secret because, you know, it wouldn't be a challenge thing if I didn't reveal 3 secrets. I also drank out of sippy cups until I was like 9 years old. Okay. A food you don't like but most people like. A lot of people like peanut butter unless they're allergic to it. But I don't really like it. It's tacky and I don't like it. Most people like peanut butter though. And then I have to, use 1 more fancy ingredient that says what it is. But yeah, time to get cooking. For the first course, I'm going to make me a chicken thigh. Sorry to all vegans or people that don't eat meat. Okay, apparently I'm making this for my whole family. Give me 1 second. I touched it with this finger. I'm not doing anything with this finger. So, let me just tell you, I got cinnamon, red wine, vanilla extract, and this. Okay, I might have to leave 1 normal. Because my mom is on a diet. So, give me 1 second. Okay, and then I'm putting them in this pan for my mom to bake. So first, let me get the seasonings. My family doesn't like red wine personally. They don't really like it. So this smells disgusting. I'm not drinking any of that. That's and I will wash my hands after touching raw meat. Don't worry. So I don't have to make separate ones, a separate one, because my mom has her own boneless ones, and these ones are not boneless. Because there are bones. This smells disgusting. Anyways, I'm massaging the meat in the red wine, and I'm plopping them onto another plate. And I'm making all of these, so it might take a little bit. Ew, this looks disgusting. I normally don't make food for my family. I normally make my food for myself. Okay. And I'll be right back. Can't do anything. Give me 1 second. Let me wash my hands so I can pause until I'm back and ready to film again. Give me 1 second. Okay, and basically I am done with 4 of them. Which really only think 4 people in my family are going to eat them. But I gotta do all. I'm done with 4 of them, so I will pick them up. Here, let me pick them up and put them into the pan. And in the pan, while they're in the pan, give me 1 second. Okay, let me move this one plate. Okay, so basically, now that they are in the pan, I'm going to take some cinnamon, and it's going to get scattered on the chicken breasts, or whatever. Just realized my dad won't eat that, so you can have leftovers. That's why I said only 4 people in my family would probably eat it. And then I'm going to take an ounce of vanilla extract and just tap it. Tap on each individual one. And I know my dad won't eat it. That's okay. And next, let me get the other chicken breasts in the pan, and I'll get back to you when I'm done doing that. Okay. Next thing, oopsies. The next thing I'm going to do, because my mom's going to bake the things, because I don't know how to, despite my age. Okay, and then now time to make them for my dad. I'm going to put a little bit of dough at the bottom. Sprinkle some. And move it around. And time to make my dad's ones. Take that, put that in. Take that, put that in. So, and then flatten them out. Put them nicely in there. And spread stuff on them. The dough. And spread the dough. Because my dad don't like much seasoning. Give me 1 second. I gotta wash hands. I gotta wash hands right now. Okay. So basically, my dad isn't getting stuff like us. And he's most likely only going to want one. We put the red wine in the pan. He's not going to like stuff like us. He's going to want this stuff. So, whoever else wants this can have it. Gotta get the smallest dash of paprika. My headband all too much. And some of this. Because, you know, my family love garlic salt. This is not the only thing that I'm putting garlic salt on. And then, let me rub that in. Because that's what it looks like. So let me rub it in, wash my hands, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's what that looks like. That's going right over here. And I'm going to put the garlic salt back here. And these back there. And so now I'm going to be making a spinach sting. Okay, so I don't dirty up any dishes. I'm just putting everything in the pan that I'm cooking it in. Okay, so we got this spinach. That'll take an hour, my dad's cooking thing, so I'm going to have to get back to you and stuff. This baby spinach. And I'm taking it all, putting it in the pot.
You need to put some coconut oil on the bottom.
Okay, and then after you put the spinach in the pan, you have to season it. I'm using a little bit of that. A small bit, so like one little leaf of it. Smells, and I'm not really using this whole leaf, I'm using that much. Just to give it some flavor. Give it some good. And mixing that in. And then we're going to get some minced onions and put a little bit of that on there. Because minced onions are good delicious. And then we're going to put the smallest bit of garlic salt because why not? 2 little dashes. And then we're also going to put like about a dash of this salt. This dash of sea salt. Because, you know, sea salt's good. So, now what we're going to want to do is, I haven't been measuring this, I've just been eyeballing it. But this is what I'm measuring. Spoonful of coconut oil. Because that's what you gotta do when you're making this. It won't get off of the lid. Or get off the spoon. Get the small bit more because it stuck to the spoon. Oh. I don't know why I did that. Give me 1 second. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And you can turn it on, stove to medium, and get a spatula. And I'm just gonna let it, you know, do its thing. While mixing it. And you mix it until all the oil has, you know, burned. So, won't take too long. Especially not long if you put it on high for a little bit. Just to, you know, melt the oil a little bit faster. And put back to medium because medium's a perfect heat for really literally like anything, in my opinion. And you just kind of really let that, after all the oil is melted, and you kind of scoop it up in one small spot and everything. And just kind of let all the oil get on everything. Because you gotta make sure of that, because if that don't happen, then it won't get mushy. And you want this. It's gonna go off for a little. Because I'm scared. So it started to heat up a little bit too much for my liking. And basically, just mix it around. It's enough. You gotta make enough for you and, your family or whatever. Unless you're just eating it. Whoever you're making it for, you gotta make enough for all of them. I'm making enough for me and one other person. Well, just most likely me is gonna eat this though, because I love this, and this is all that was really left. And I'm gonna turn the heat back on, but I'm gonna turn it all the way to low because I do not trust it. And I'm just gonna stir it until it gets kind of like mushy, and all of it is this like dark green color. So pretty nice dark green and kind of mushy. And that should, what I'm making should be enough for one person about, actually, to be honest. But you can buy this stuff at the store, I'm pretty sure too. My mom told me not to get burnt, and I just almost got burnt just a second ago. But it should be mushy after the smallest bit. I'm going to turn it to medium for a little. And get in a small area. Let kind of sit for a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And turn it back down to low. Then after you turn it back down to low, turn it off. Because in my opinion, this looks done. Yeah, should be done. Looks pretty done. So give me 1 second. I'm not ready to plate it yet, so I'm going to put it in a small little bowl. That's about proportion size. But once you cook it, it gets smaller. So you're going to need like 2 of these per person. And then when you cook it, it's 1 per person because then it'll be, enough. If you don't have these things, then no. But that should be enough for me. I'm going to just let it cool down. And take this off the hot one. And then I'm pretty sure the next thing we need to do is, okay, I have to use 2 more ingredients. But I don't think I'm going to use them because they're things that I don't really want to use. So I'm not going to. Because I don't have to use everything I picked. So it's like a two meal thing. It makes about like 1 meal. It makes 1 meal. What I just made. But there is a few things we need to add. Like a drink. And a whole nother side. Because you can't just make 1 side. You gotta make 2. So I am using some creamy peanut butter in this next thing. But if you're allergic to peanut butter, then you can use sun butter or almond butter. But if you use sun butter or almond butter, you have to blend it before you put it in because there are small little chunks, and we don't want that. You're also going to need some coconut oil, some cereal by the brand name Life. You're also going to need a blender, or you could use a bag to crush up something, which I'm going to use a bag to crush up something because that's what I feel like doing. Just telling you, when the chicken is done, we're going to sprinkle cheese on it and let the cheese melt on it. And if you are lactose intolerant, then you don't really have to sprinkle cheese on it. It just adds extra flavor.